welcome back to my channel. My name is Dheandra Nicolette. If you're new here, welcome my love. I'm so excited to have you here for another video on YouTube. That sounds so weird saying that because usually I'm like, for another episode of Manifest Daily. Today is just a YouTube video because I have these lights set up and I was like, I got something to talk about, okay? We finna chat, we finna settle in. Only thing I'm missing right now is like an iced coffee, but I already had my coffee for the morning, so just pretend that we're sipping a coffee together, okay? Just pretend. So my loves, today I wanted to talk about the idea that refuses to leave your head and why you need to act on it. So I was chatting with my friend T, and T, hey, if you watch it, hey girl, hey, I'm probably gonna call you in a little bit. But I was chatting with T about how I feel like we've had the same ideas for years. Now, T is similar to me where she's very entrepreneurial, she's very much a visionary. She has all these big and beautiful ideas that I'm so excited for her to bring to life. And we're similar in the sense that about 3 years ago, was it 3 years ago? Maybe 2 years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, we would have these conversations about doing certain things in our businesses, right? We would talk about different programs we want to launch. We would talk about different videos that we want to film. We would talk about taking YouTube seriously or taking the podcast seriously or doing all of these things that really excited us and lit us up and made us happy and allowed us to produce content that would help people and help ourselves because we were just having fun with doing it. And fast forward 2 years later, here we are, and we're both in a place where some of the things that we wanted to do at the time, they didn't end up coming to fruition. And the reason that they didn't end up coming to fruition is maybe we said, okay, we're gonna do this program, we're gonna launch this thing, and we tried to do it and we ran into a couple snags, or we tried to do it and imposter syndrome came in and we doubted ourselves and we said, who are we to launch this thing? Who are we to charge this price? Who are we to have this successful business, to pursue these ventures? Because who are we to literally do these things? And it's so funny because lately in the conversations that we'll have, we'll like realize, it'll almost hit us like deja vu. We'll realize that like what we are trying to do now and what we're working on now is literally the same things that we were working on years ago. However, the ideas themselves have evolved a little bit, right? So maybe it's not the exact same thing. The ideas have evolved a little bit, but the key idea is that the ideas themselves never left us. The same kinds of things that we were trying to do before, the same kind of businesses that we were trying to build before, the same ideas that we were so lit up and fired up and excited about that we literally wanted to bring to life before, that maybe we had so much doubt before that stopped us from bringing those things to life. Those ideas, thank goodness, have not left us, and those ideas are still waiting for us to bring them to life. And this time around, we're doing it because this time around, it's like, okay, we've been talking about this for literally 2 years. Like, it is time. There's no more games to be played, okay? We ain't finna play ourselves and self-sabotage anymore. We're gonna do this. I think sometimes we have ideas, right? We have these big things that we want to bring to life, these beautiful manifestations, these amazing dreams and visions, but something stops us. It's either we feel like we don't have enough time in that specific season of our lives, or we feel as if we are simply not good enough to bring them to life. And I want to tell you something. If you have an idea, right? If an idea has literally come to you, because I have an episode of the podcast where I sort of talk about ideas in the same way that Elizabeth Gilbert talked about them in her book, Big Magic, where ideas are sort of these entities. And when an idea comes to you, and when an idea chooses you to bring it to life, it is not a mistake. It is not a coincidence. It is not a fluke. It is not an accident. That idea chose you. And also, if you believe in God or you believe in a higher power, God gave you that idea for a reason. So who are you to literally doubt God, to doubt the universe, to doubt this higher power and say, I'm not good enough to bring that thing to life? It was literally brought into your ether, your mindset, your vision for a reason, and it wants to be brought to life by you. And if you have an idea, and maybe it's the same idea that you've had for the last 2 years or the last 5 years or the last 10 years, this is literally your sign that you need to bring it to life. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your potential. I think when we have these ideas, we often think that in order to bring them to life, things have to be perfect. Now, I'm very much a recovering perfectionist, and I have struggled with this way of thinking for a lot of my life. I still struggle to this day. But But I remember a couple years ago when I was trying to bring this thing to life, I did a couple of things. One, I was trying to bring my ideas to life in the way that everybody else was doing it. So I remember talking about manifestation, and I remember talking about these things in the way that I felt like I had to talk about them. Yes, I was still learning, and I was also navigating my own journey and figuring out what that looked like. But there were so many times when I cloaked my personality because I wanted to look and sound and be like everyone else. There's a fear that comes, I think, often with standing out. Oftentimes we do want to sort of cloak ourselves and blend in, because when you stand out, people truly see you for who you are. So one, I was trying to do things like everyone else was doing them. Two, I was trying to do things perfectly. I remember at one point I created this program called Goal Getter Manifestation, which if you're watching this at this point, it's kind of hilarious to me because I'm actually relaunching Goal Getter Manifestation. I'll talk about that in a little second. I remember creating Goal Getter Manifestation version 1, okay, version 1. And I remember going through it and trying to make sure that everything was so perfect. Everything had to be absolutely perfect, because if I were to launch this thing and God forbid someone thought that it wasn't good, or someone thought that it was just not the program for them, or someone didn't get the result that I wanted them to get or they wanted to get, then I would be a failure. And it would prove to me that I am not the person to bring this idea to life. However, 2 years later, right, I'm in this place now where I realize that nothing is perfect. Perfection itself is this illusion. It's this illusion that we have where we want to have control over everything and everyone and the way things happen, the way they unfold, the timing, all of these things that we don't have all the control over. And so perfection itself is an illusion. And two, trying to be like everyone else, trying to speak like everyone else, trying to literally, you know, make myself another version of whichever manifestation coach or whichever author or whichever whoever I was like following on Instagram at the time, stopped me from attracting the people into my community that were here for someone like me, that wanted to hear someone speak the way I do, that wanted to hear someone talk about these topics and ideas in the way that I do, because maybe they couldn't find that in some of these other people. So when you're sitting with these ideas and you are again questioning why it is that you have to be the person that brings it to life, or how it is that you even got this idea because you feel that you're not worthy, I need you to take a step back and realize that you're not only worthy, but you have been given this idea for the very reason that it has to be you that brings it to life. Yes, okay, let's give the example of the bread at the grocery store, right? We got all these types of bread at the grocery store. There's literally an aisle full of bread. There are bakeries. And bakeries, like, they basically sell just bread. Okay, there are stores dedicated to just bread. So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, because now we've just gotten down this whole rabbit hole of talking about bread, is that just because other people are doing this thing doesn't mean that you have to stop yourself from doing it, because you're like, oh, well, everybody else is doing this thing. So like, if I try to do it and if I try to bring this idea to life, like, how will it be different? It'll be different because it's you doing it. Like, literally, it will be different because it's you doing it. It's the difference between sourdough trying to be pumpernickel. Like, sourdough can't be pumpernickel and pumpernickel can't be sourdough. There are literally two different types of bread. And really, as I sit here with this, I don't really understand what a pumpernickel is, but I do love some sourdough. So what I'm trying to say is, you have to be the one to bring this idea to life, because as many vloggers and authors and creators and TikTokers and nurses and therapists that they are in this world, there's only one of you. And it sounds so cliche. It's like literally one of those cliche things that I used to roll my eyes so hard at and be like, oh my God. Ugh. But it's true. There's only one of you. The way that you speak about something, the way that you think about something, the way that you allow yourself to show up in this world is going to be so unique to you, because only you have gone through your experiences, only you have the knowledge, only you have the mindset and the perception of the world that you do. And you showing up and sharing your ideas is going to be you taking your perspective and your perception of the world and matching it up with this idea that may have been done a million different times before, but now it is so unique to only you because you have brought it to life. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of thrillers. As many thrillers as I read, I'm always gonna find another thriller. I'm always gonna find another author, because every single book, even though the plots might be kind of similar after a while, okay? They be switching it up with some of the details. The names are different. Some of the little details in the books are different. So every single book is different. Same as the idea. So, like I said, I want this video to be a sign. Like, I want you to stop holding back from bringing whatever it is that you want to bring to life because you think that you are not worthy of the idea. You need to understand that you've always been worthy of the idea, and it is your idea for a reason, okay? Now, before we end this video, okay, I just want to touch on goal-getter manifestation really quick. Like I said, version 1 was like a thing that I attempted to do like 2 years ago. Version 2 is now live. So Goal-Getter Manifestation is a program I created because I remember when I first started out on this journey, I would see a lot of different people talking about spirituality and manifestation and really focusing a lot on the universe and the universe's power or God's power to deliver to you what you want in this life. Now, I am definitely someone that believes in a higher power, and I believe in divine timing. I believe in divine miracles. I believe in God, which is what, you can say the universe, but I say God. I believe in God coming in and helping me to create my dream life. But I also really believe in action. And I remember at the time, I didn't see a lot of stuff or a lot of people talking about the power of you taking action in your life. I call us co-creators because we are co-creating with the universe and with God. We are taking actions here in this 3D earthly realm while God is up there, doing all the miracle stuff and like helping to open doors for us or helping to introduce us to people that we would have never met, never bumped into had it not been for a series and chain of events that we could not even have imagined or fathomed. It is important to focus on the action. The actions are definitely important, because when you're thinking about creating your dream life, if you sit down in your house and you expect every single thing to be delivered to you, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be delivered to you in the way that you want it to. You're not going to manifest this amazing, beautiful dream life that you want. You have to take action, and that is exactly what goal-getter manifestation is about. It's about the co-creation side that occurs on your end. It's about your actions. It's about your goals. It's about what you are going to do in order to co-create with the universe and God to bring your manifestation to life, to achieve your goals, to do every single thing that you said you were going to do. We talk about what goals are, how to set goals, because as simple as it sounds, setting goals for a lot of people is a struggle. Like, a lot of people are like, how do I set goals? Where do I start? What goals do I set for my specific manifestations? We talk about that. We talk about the different spiritual laws that are involved with manifestation that are also really important to the goal setting process. And we also dive into motivation and also discipline and commitment. What happens when you don't have motivation? What happens when you start to pursue a goal and you drop the ball because you are no longer motivated and you don't know what to do? Because every single time you try to achieve a goal, it feels like you're bumping into a wall with lack of motivation. We talk about that. So I'm calling it a masterclass because I believe this is something we could all master. And the way it's set up is that there are video modules. I also have workbooks that are created for each module. I also included some bonuses in there for you guys. So including a subconscious meditation that I've created. I have a template to my content calendar because some of you guys I know want to be content creators as well. And while I'm not, sitting at a milli just yet, okay, I am also balancing a 9-to-5, a podcast, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, a website, and a couple other things. It takes a lot to be able to balance all that without burning out and while still achieving my goals. So I share with you the content calendar that I use to literally map out and plan out and stay on track of everything. I also have a Google workshop calendar coming in Q2. That's going to be part of it. So if you do enroll in this, you sign up for this masterclass now, you will get access to all of the bonuses and things that are going to be added in the future. And the best part of this, I will say, is literally how this started is that I wanted to do a live. So I wanted to get on live with you guys and answer questions, because a lot of times I get DMs of these questions, and I figured it'd be cool if we all get on the live and talk. So like if I give someone an answer, not just that one person is getting it, multiple people are getting it. So there's also going to be a live session where we literally sit and chat about our goals. I give you guys advice, we help give each other advice, we share, we support each other. And there's also a private group as well in my community for Manifest Daily for anyone that enrolls in Goal-Getter Manifestation. I know this has been kind of like a long spiel situation, but I just felt really called to share, because I know that like actually setting goals, actually feeling like you are a powerful participant in your reality can be a hard step. But once you realize that you are, and once you realize how to master the art of goal setting while still leaning into the flow of being a co-creator and leaning into the flow and understanding that God and the universe does play a part, you manifest some beautiful, beautiful things, my love. So go ahead and check out Goal Getter Manifestation. I will link it down below. I'll just put the pages on my website so you can read a little bit more about what it is, and you can also go ahead and see what exactly is included with this. And then that's it, my loves. Like I said, take action on the idea that you have. It's not there by accident. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you so much, my loves, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye.